we'd love more people to know about SAFE, who we are and what we do, and really spreading the word is something that you can do to help us.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
This week has been an amazing week already. We thoroughly enjoyed highlighting lots of fantastic small charities here at Get Radio, and we're going to continue to do so throughout the week on this Small Charities Week, which is absolutely brilliant. My next guest is Chloe Purcell, the CEO of SAFE, which is support for young people affected by crime. Good morning, Chloe.
Good morning, Rich. Thank you for having me on your show.
Absolute pleasure. It's a joy and a pleasure. It really, really is such a buzz to speak to so many wonderful people doing amazing things. Please let everyone know listening about SAFE and what you do and where you are.
So yes, we're SAFE, and we're a charity. We're based in Oxford, but we operate across Oxfordshire, Berkshire and Buckinghamshire. And we work with children and families who've had an experience of crime or abuse. And our support is there really to help children to move on from that experience and rebuild their lives, so begin to feel more confident and happy again. We work with lots of children who really struggle having experienced things from kind of quite severe bullying through to domestic abuse and sexual abuse, and whose lives are really interrupted by that experience. So our support is there to really help them to move on from that and grow. So that's what we do.
When we've been chatting to charities this week, it's always, and it shouldn't be surprising, but it is, that so much is around children, and so many different facets and so many different issues that are happening that are centered around kids. They're kids at the end of the day,
yeah.
and this stuff shouldn't be happening to them. So what kind of things do you sort of put in place, and what kind of things do you sort of help with and put on for them?
So yeah, we give children, I guess, time and space to kind of talk through what's happened to them. So we will work with children mostly one-to-one. We'll have a professional project worker who'll go and meet with the child either at school or at home, and really talk to them about what's changed in their lives since their experience of crime, and what do they need to repair the harm that's been caused to them. So we will do some work around understanding their emotions. We might talk about their relationships with their family and friends. We might give them kind of information about healthy relationships. And we also do a lot of work helping children who are going through a criminal justice process. So if there's an ongoing police investigation or a court case, we're kind of supporting them through that process. So helping them to understand what's going to happen, who they're going to talk to, what's court going to be like, and to help them to manage their emotions around what happens, whether that's ends in somebody being found guilty, or sadly doesn't progress, which is actually all too common for the children that we work with. So what we like to do essentially is we don't have a kind of fixed program of this is what we're going to do. We're going to start here and we're going to end there. We really want to take a child-centered approach. So our first thing is really getting to know that young person, listening to them, allowing them a chance to kind of work through what's happened, and then empowering them really to think about what they need in order to move forward. A lot of our work is about helping kids to build their confidence, and to feel safe again. And that's hence why we're called SAFE, because, an experience of crime can leave a child feeling unsafe, and feeling really like, they're not quite sure what's going to happen next. So it's really about allowing a child to grow in confidence and to feel safe in order to be able to enjoy their childhood in the way that a child should be able to enjoy their childhood.
I mean, it's almost, dare I say, the lowest common denominator for a child to feel safe. If nothing else. It's amazing what you do. I just wanted to sort of ask you just about this Small Charities Week. We've spoken to various sort of small charities this week, and and everyone has been fantastic, from Sabina from Be Free Young Carers, who sort of put us onto this and kind of went along sort of with this with everyone. Just kind of explain what it means for you and for the charity to sort of have this week to highlight things.
Well, I think it's a really great opportunity to highlight the work of the smaller organisations such as ourselves, such as Be Free Young Carers, who have a unique kind of opportunity to really get into local communities and connect with local communities in a way that some larger organisations don't. I mean, we are really embedded within the communities in which we work, and that's the kind of key for small charities, I think. But also I guess it is an opportunity for us to highlight some of the challenges that we face as well. I mean, obviously we are we're in tough times at the moment, aren't we, Richard? It's the cost of living crisis, and that affects all of us. It affects the children and families that we work with significantly, and it affects our staff as well. But it also, from an organisation, excuse me, from an organisational point of view, it also affects our ability to raise funds, the vital funds that we need in order to operate. Excuse me, I've got a frog.
No, look, it happens to me pretty much every morning. Do not worry about that. So I've been asking everyone that we've spoken to. It's a call to action. It's not a request. It's not a gently, softly thing. It's a call to action. What do you need from everyone listening now? Because people's heads and people's ears will have been turned, and that's what the whole point of this week is, to kind of go, actually, do you know what? It is a tough time, and actually I've got things that maybe I can help with, or maybe I can do. What things specifically for SAFE can help you?
Well, Rich, I think it's a great opportunity to be on the radio and to be heard by your listeners. I think obviously my number one ask would be, if any of you know any rich philanthropists or billionaires, please send them our way. We know that they're out there in Oxfordshire, but we don't know how to access them. But obviously, joking aside, I know that it's a really difficult time for people, and every little helps, I suppose. We do have places in Oxford Half Marathon. We have opportunities for people to run little fundraising events for us. We'd absolutely love to hear from people if they've got that drive and they would really like to do something to support us. Then we would love to hear from you. We've had NCS groups, so National Citizen Service groups, who would choose local charities quite often to support, and we'll do a little fundraising thing for. Last year we had a brilliant group from Didcot NCS group who raised over £1,000 for us by doing a colour walk. And things like that, £1,000 may not sound like a huge amount of money to a large organisation, but for an organisation such as SAFE, actually, makes a big difference to us. So just smaller bits of fundraising are absolutely fabulous for us. Also, just raising awareness of our service. I mean, we don't want for referrals. Sadly, we have lots and lots of children who need our support, more than we can cope with, in fact. But I think we'd love more people to know about SAFE, who we are and what we do, and really spreading the word is something that you can do to help us.
Well, it's a small, tiny part that we can play in doing that, and you speak so passionately, and something that has all come through from every charity that we've spoken to, and I'm sure will for the rest of the week as well, is that community aspect and being sort of in the heart, entrenched and stitched into the community, and all the fantastic work that you do in there really means a lot, and people should be aware of it and should know about it. Where can people find out a little bit more information about what you do, about potentially, if there are any billionaire philanthropists listening, please do listen to this bit specifically.
Well, you can find us on all of the key kind of social media channels. So we're on Twitter and Instagram as at Safe Support YP, but also just look at our website, which is www.safeproject.org.uk, and then you'll find all the links that you need, lots of information, and more. So yeah, please do have a look. We'd love to hear from you.
Brilliant stuff. Chloe, it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure to find out more about SAFE, and best of luck with everything going forward. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Rich.
Brilliant stuff. I keep enjoying this week so much more, finding out about these great, brilliant charities. And look, specific requests for billionaire philanthropists out there. Look, listen up. Hello. If you are there, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you and pass you on to all these fantastic charities that we're speaking to this week.